So the stuff I'm referencing now, on my desktop, I have well, I have a hand, a skeleton of all the bones of the hand. So I'm always just trying to, you know, look and see, what areas of the hand I could just kind of start putting a little bit more of the bone structure into. Any excuse I can get into adding some of those really interesting, um, shapes of the phalanges. I think it'll help the overall effect. And as many references that I have of the hand in different images here on half of my monitor, there's no better reference than your own hand. Because it's I have a look that I'm trying to hit, and it's of that older hand, but with some of these areas, it's just really helpful just to kind of, especially within the thumb, this area here that I'm going into. I just can't find that much reference of this area where the thumb inserts into the hand. So a lot of it is I'm just referencing my own. With Mudbox, sometimes, as much as I enjoy sculpting in clay, in oil-based clays especially, there are some things that I just love about sculpting in Mudbox, aside from the undo. But when you're sculpting clay, it's just overall, it's just a very subtractive process. It's very easy to control when you're subtracting clay from a surface and just kind of scraping it off. Now adding clay, that it's not that easy. You just kind of have to grab a new piece of clay, plop it onto that surface, kind of blend it in a little bit nicer, and then you can begin to subtract again. So it does take a little bit of time, to just to add and subtract, But in 3D, in Mudbox, it's basically it's as easy. They're both very, very, very simple, very easy. It's one of the reasons why I find Mudbox is, out of any package, it really does kind of lend itself to a lot of the traditional clay sculpting techniques that you use. There's the tricky area that I was talking about. It's gonna be really fun to see that deform. I haven't really seen many people take that area of the hand, or just do a general, like, pretty detailed hand rig. I'm sure people are doing that right now on films as we speak. But yeah, I haven't seen it too much, and figure this would be a good time to really try to work on that area, and or just work on the hand in general, and try to get some cool deformations happening. So as I'm sculpting my own hand, I've got a little scar on my left thumb that I've right there that I've just added. Why not? And you can see, even when I am adding some of these these details, I'm still reproportioning the hand. You know, if it doesn't look right, then I'll just grab the whole entire thumb, you know, start, you know, positioning it differently. That is one of the really nice things about you know, this package. I can just, you can do that. You know, it's pretty free. Yeah, so with these fingernails, you know, if it started off very flat at the tip, so to build up that nice curvature, you know, you can. I just took the soft brush, just ran it right on top of the fingernail, and just kind of pulled it out, and just took the soft brush and defined the overall, you know, the shape of the fingernail, and then pinch that entire area just to tighten up that line. And for the tip of the fingernail, I just started just pulling it out, so you know, you can get you a little bit more of that fingernail look. So anyhow, so that was about 2.5 hours and 15 minutes. We're gonna continue on to part 3, where we'll look at you know, looking over the tertiary forms, and how to go over that and work on some of those things using different tools in Mudbox. So thanks, and I'll see you in part 3. All right.